Well, um, you know, Ghana has moved, and we are no more a closed economy. Even within the ECOWAS sub-region, there are protocols. And one of the major protocols of ECOWAS is free movement of goods and humans. And Ghana is now the chair of the ECOWAS. What it means is that Ghana, more than any other country, should respect ECOWAS protocols. Nevertheless, as a sovereign country, there are self-certain decisions that you can take. And one of them is what the government is trying to do. You can, the mere fact that you have got the right and the power to take certain decisions, you have to also temper with those decisions the consequences that may come from it. So if you can block other countries from coming into your country, then of course they too can block your exports into their country. And we should not limit it to only food. And I'm afraid, and I'm very much worried, that this decision of government, if indeed they implement it, will lead to trade war. And when there's a trade war, I'm not sure that Ghana will be a winner. Why? Even within the food stuff agricultural sector, the impression has been created that Ghana is better off than our neighboring countries in terms of food production. That has been fed into the minds of the public and everybody that we are doing better. And that has come from the figures that are coming from the Planning for Food and Jobs. But sincerely speaking, we all know that is not absolutely the case. We import tomatoes from Burkina. We import what is that? The onions from Niger and all that. And let me tell you, even when it comes to cowpea and the rest, there are minor food stuff that we import also from the other countries. Now, if you say that you are not going to allow their trucks in and will not allow exports of Ghana food, of course, they can also retaliate by saying that they will not sell tomatoes for us. What will be the consequence on Ghana? Look at our situation today. Even where we import heavily from Burkina Faso in terms of tomatoes, look at the price of tomatoes in the market. What would then be the situation if they ban their imports, their tomatoes into our country? Apart from that, if you can ban your export to other countries on food, they can also extend their retaliation on other products. When it comes to plastic products, Ghana is a major producer and distributor in the sub-region. They can target those ones. We are also aware that much of our beverages, alcoholic beverages and all that, are produced and supplied in the sub-region. If they target that, where will Ghana go to? So you see, when it comes to decisions of this nature, government should not take these bad decisions and create more consequences. It has diplomatic implications, it has critical implications, and it can poison our diplomatic relations with our neighbors. And when that happens, we are not going to be the winner. So, much as that they reserve the right to say that we are taking these decisions, I think that the problem does not lie in them saying that they are making this ban. In any case, you say we are producing enough and we are selling enough. How come that the food is no more there? So for me, I think that it's not a very healthy decision when we actually know that there's a structural problem linked with our agricultural system. And for some of them, we should be looking at the Planning for Food and Jobs program. We need a national consultation on this, which will involve stakeholders. We cannot go forward by leaving the Planning for Food and Jobs in the hands of the ministry alone. Because the result is not and convince us that they have fresh ideas to take this particular program into the future.
A few things you said. You talk about even assuming that that we do not even have that the kind of advantage we think we have when it comes to our neighbors. That it's not like as if we are producing sufficiently and they are coming to take for us. That is not the situation.
Come again.
I am saying that. Are you suggesting that the situation is not that we are producing and they are coming to take?
You see, policy is measured by its outcome. Never ever judge a policy by its intention. You should judge the policy by the results that it produces. In 2020, the ministry came out to tell us that maize production had been increased by 110%. Rice production had gone up by 38%. 2 months down the line, after the president used those figures in his State of the Nation address on 5th January 2021, few months down the line, there was no money in the system. Poultry sellers were told that they can't buy the maize. You know, so for the ministry to account for the stupid, it came out with the story that much of the food has been exported. We fed them food that even people can access from Kano, not in Nigeria, to come and buy food from here. In any case, did we hear there was famine in Nigeria to the extent that people come from far from Kano, if you know where Kano is, to come to Ghana and come and buy food with all that kind of transportation and the rest back to Kano? But this is what they told us, that the shortage has been occasioned by what? Exports. Meanwhile, go to the first find the figure. Our export in maize, in rice, and soya bean and the rest has been declining. So it cannot be the reason that the exports have led to the shortage of food in this country. It is rather the case that we said we are producing so much, but that's why we have not done that. In any case, because who is supposed to affect the government? Is it the government itself? Is it the ministry itself? Or is the people it is mandated to say should tell them that they are satisfied with what they are doing? You have food production has gone up. When consumers go to the market and there's food everywhere, I mean, all of us are not lying. If they think that we those there in the trading and the civil society are lying, what about the people in the market? So, all this thing about Ghana is so much insufficient. They are the best in the sub-region, turning out the figures do not go to the table. By the close of the day, when you go to, before you go to bed, you need to eat. And the figures are not, if you cannot get the food to eat, those figures cannot be. And this is what is happening now.
So, all this while, everything we have been hearing in terms of we are overproducing, our production numbers are going up because of planting for food and jobs, among others. You say all that is inaccurate.
I'm saying that if it is accurate, it will reflect on the ground. Look, you don't need to be an economist. No, and the best economists are those on the ground. Go to Makwala, go to our market and see the women, the way they sell their things. They are the best, they are the practical economists. We're not talking about those economists that will take somewhere and just control figures and tell us that this is not the need. Of course, when you develop a theory, that theory has to be tested on the ground. And the theory that has given it, the policy that's given it, with all the good intentions, when you put it on the ground, it doesn't support it. So if we have produced enough food, all these things, why is that we are fighting? And when we are seeing that the situation in 2022 will get worse, they say no. Meanwhile, the facts on the ground does not support what they are saying.
And so it means that from what you're saying, the whole move by government to stop those trucks from coming in is based on a wrong premise.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm saying that if Ghana does not take care, they are going to start the trade war, and Ghana will not be immune. We should also know very well that the West African market is available for Ghana, and Ghana has been using it all these years, and most of our other industrial products go into those countries. They may not retaliate in terms of food tax, but they will retaliate on your other product. Because if you have got the right to ban food from moving back to those countries, they also have the right to ban some of the products that are not food and they come to their economy. So we should be very careful. And I don't even think that it is good for Ghana's diplomatic relations. I'm also, as the chair of ECOWAS, to take this type of good decision. When you know very well that the problem has not actually been occasioned by the export of food because our exports are declining. But the problem has been occasioned by structural challenges which we have failed to address. You see, if they were able to pay fertilizer suppliers, there would have been sufficient fertilizer for the farming season. But they did not do that. What does that got to do with exports? What does that got to do with our neighboring countries, our relationship? Meanwhile, you don't want to address the fundamental problem which is within your jurisdiction and your capacity. You rather try to do something that the results can be negative. The consequences with this decision is far-reaching.
So, what is government supposed to do in this situation? Because from all indications, they've denied the possibility of a food shortage, and now it looks like it's staring them right in the face, and they are at the crossroads. They have to do something. What do they do in this situation?
Let me also ask this question. It's rhetorical. You don't need to answer. The question is that a while ago, that is last month or 2 months, the ministry told us that fertilizer is being smuggled outside this country, and that there's now an innovative way of smuggling the fertilizer. That donkey carry the fertilizer across the border unaided by human beings to deliver it in Burkina Faso. If the donkey can smuggle fertilizer out, can the same donkey smuggle food out? You get it? So if you even place a ban on export, the donkeys that are well trained to do the work of human beings, can they still smuggle the food outside the country? And they told us that they could not question the donkey. They could not deal with the donkey smuggling the fertilizer. So can you now question the donkey and stop them from smuggling the food? So you are taking a solution that is faultless. You are taking a solution which is not appropriate and cannot give you the desired job.
And the question I'm asking is that now what does government do? They allow the system to play out and hope that it works to Ghana's advantage?
You see, in anything there's a gestation period. They should be honest with the means, and we should have a national conversation on this planting for food and jobs, our agricultural system, which is linked to the export of food and import of food and so on. We should have a national conversation to know that what we are going to do to stem up our current situation. And then, if going into the future, what should be done? If you ban the exports, can you ban the exports forever? For how long are they going to ban the exports of food stuff? And I've also heard that they are saying the buffer stock will now buy food and store. How did buffer stock suddenly get enough money to go to the market to compete and buy the food at market price. They cannot. The purpose of the buffer stock is that they will only have surplus. When farmers sell in the market, then the buffer stock will go and buy. But where farmers are ready or to sell in the market and have market for the produce, buffer stock cannot compete and buy at the market price. So you see, it's a solution that is neither here nor there. It's a good for nothing solution. A solution that does not actually lead to results. So what I'm saying is that we need a national coordination to look at the planning for food and jobs, what we are going to do with it, how we are going to manage it, and then how we are going to ensure future crisis or minimum future crisis until it's done. We cannot continue. I don't think as a country, we cannot ensure the future of the plan for food and jobs solely in the hands of the ministry and government. Because if there have been things to be, no, you sitting in your studio there, you will be talking about abundant food. You will not be talking about safety of food. The people in the market will not be crying. So it's time for all of us to be involved. And they should not block anybody from sharing his ideas with them. We raised some of these issues in the past and they will keep them. And sometimes it baffles some of them. Is it because once you have not become a political figure and you are holding office, you just suddenly become knowing everything? No. This is the future. I think we need a national conversation to see what we can do with it.
Thank you, Mr. Carey, for speaking to us. But before you go, are we facing is there an impending food shortage issue?
When you talk about impending shortage, it is more likely than it not happening. On the 15th of July, graphic front page says that the four regions were experiencing drought and that it will affect food production. Then on the 16th of July again, the minister came out to say that the Planting for Food and Jobs program was struggling for survival. It means that food production this year will be constrained. And it is true. Farmers were everywhere looking for fertilizer. They never got it. And then, even if they got it later on, it was need to apply the fertilizer and get the desired result. There has also been some floods in the northern part of the country, which we are all aware. It washed away farms and so on. So all these things put together, the combined effect of all this is to say that food production this year will not be as it was last year. Therefore, we should be expecting a shortfall in food production. But let me also say that I hear the argument from the ministry that we should wait for October, November, December, when we are harvesting the food. In fact, they need not know. All of us know that whenever it is harvesting time, there's enough food in the country. Our major problem is the lease season. They should be telling us that come next year, 2022, in April, in March, in May, in July, there will be enough food at a lower price for Ghanaians to be able to buy. Anything short of that, I think that it is clear that 2022, this time, the situation will be worse than it is